All right, so let's get this going here. Yeah. Yes. It is Long Island Nightlight, the podcast, season 2, episode 2. We're dubbing this the Spitecast 2. The Spite returns. Long Island Spite Night, if you will.
The spite continues.
The spite continues. It's myself and Ray. Yeah, that's right. Give it up for Ray. All right. Give it up. Give it up. All right.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
Yeah. We got a sold out studio tonight.
It's nice to get applause once in a while.
Yeah, shut up. All right. Yeah, that's it. Shut up. All right. That's enough. So welcome folks to Long Island. I could just call it Long Island Night Spite or Long Island Spite Night or Long Island Spite. But we are bitter. We've turned bitter in this season of podcasting. Our first episode, which was several months ago, we decided we were going to rip a few different movies that were really disappointing to us. I don't even want to go back over that. There was a lot of bitterness. There was bitterness between Ray and myself that was settled by a bodily function, some gas. Spite was the theme. They got free. Yeah, so spite was the theme the last time we got together. And it's going to continue tonight. So we're going to talk about a few different movies, but first, we're going to talk about one of our frequent topics, which is New York sports, and particularly the Jets. Ray he's become our resident Jet correspondent. Last time that we were together for a podcast episode, Ray had just gone to the first couple of home games. And Ray, I remember you were talking about how a couple of fans in front of you were saying, yeah, we got our quarterback, right? With Justin Fields. How did that turn out?
I mean, it was pretty good. He's on the fast track of the Hall of Fame. I seen him throw one good pass.
Yeah, I mean, so that was 2 or 3 games into the season. I think you already expressing that people should have some caution, right, about that.
Yeah, I mean, people, it's Jet fans. They get so very easily excited over anything that looks somewhat positive.
Excited in the sense of not like I'm excited now, but I'm excited for years to come. The next era is here, Yeah. I'm just so ready to believe it. So, okay. So take us through the scene yesterday. First of all, you said you texted. I mean, we're in touch all the time. People should know that. And they should also know that I never know what Ray is doing, even though we're in touch all the time. So out of the blue, we're at the Jet game. I didn't know they were going. So on a cold, 2 days after a snowstorm day, 3-win season against New England, who the odds are against them. How did you arrive at the Jet game? What brought you there?
I mean, first of all, sometimes some stuff like going to a Jet game, there's a little shame, and I kind of keep it to myself to the last second.
Oh, okay, that's why I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll set up the scenario as far as like I did not want to go, to the game at all.
Right.
People get tickets, none of which are Jet fans, but they want to go for the experience of the game, and I'm like, I'm not interested. But you get outvoted, and you got to go.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
okay.
as a life. Yeah. I'm a believer in democracy, so if the vote doesn't go in your favor, you still have to.
You have to honor it,
right?
I gotcha. Now, so what was the scene like? I mean, was it empty? Was it filled with Patriot fans? What was it like?
Yeah, I mean, surprisingly, way more people than I thought.
Wow,
were there. If there was 50,000, which doesn't.
No,
I mean, for a football game, obviously. That's not a lot, but it is still a lot of people.
Sure.
So, plus we get to we had like this on the field, experience. So we go to the tunnel where the players come out.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're on the field. We line up. The players are coming out, all high fiving or whatever it is. And I'm just like, yeah, nice to see you.
That's great.
So we're on the field. That's always nice. It's an experience. I've been on the field. I've done the flag thing, and this was something new. So
Gotcha.
that was all enjoyable because it's nice.
But then,
Then we
but
go.
eventually the game has to start, though. I
Yeah,
guess.
so we go to the end zone. They do the national anthem. So then we have to walk out, and it's a little bit of a trot, but not far to get to our original seats. So the national anthem ends. They take us off the field. I walk up. Time I got back to my seats, they were already down 7-0.
Yeah.
I didn't even see what happened. I didn't.
I mean, a team just walked down the field. That's what you meant.
So that'll give you a start. And I was like, all right, it's down 7-0. So all right, let me get something to eat. Before I even get that, it's 14.
Yeah. I think I texted you. I'm like, it's just there's no effort. They're not even trying.
Yeah, so I didn't even see, but I'm assuming there's no effort because I didn't see it because I never had a chance.
Yeah, you weren't trying that hard either, honestly.
Yeah, no.
You weren't trying to watch the game. You were trying to do other things.
No, then I didn't watch anymore. I decided I'd just rather eat.
Right.
And I watched it on TV. I was at the game and I watched it on TV.
On television while you're eating. That's so funny.
And
so
then,
yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't even know how does this coaching staff come back after a year where they didn't show anything. They didn't show that they were apt at anything.
Yeah. I listen to a lot of Jet podcasts and this and that, so I know all the people and the fan and all the guys, and they're all like, some of them are split, like, oh, he's got to go, that's not the camp I'm in, but the argument that the people make that he should stay is like, it's either like, you got to give him 2 years, every coach should get 2 years. I'm like, and they're like, he can't get fired. I'm like, you can have that argument that he should stay another year, but to me, it doesn't erase that he should be fired. Like if you do a terrible job at your job, no matter what it is, if it's your first year, you do deserve to get fired. Yeah. Now, whether you stay or not is the decision of ownership, but it doesn't mean that you don't deserve to get fired, because he does. Like, you can't do that terrible of a job and say someone doesn't deserve to get fired, or there's potential here.
I don't, I've never played organized football. I'm a fan. Obviously, I watched it. It was very evident that team was not trying yesterday. It was very obvious. Yeah.
He even said it in his press conference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Aaron Glenn admitted, it's like, oh, the effort scared me. And then today he walked it back. He's like, no, I was wrong. There was effort.
Because he realized that he's criticizing himself.
Yeah. And the players,
Yeah, but I mean, he's the one who's responsible for motivating them, and if he's not doing that, So I watched film and I saw effort because I realized it's a reflection on me.
Yeah, I mean, it's until they hire someone of credibility. Not that Aaron Glenn's not a credible person or anything, but I'm talking about like a guy who's been
has
to the promised land
in the NFL.
Yeah, he's still a first-time guy. I don't think the job's too big for that for somebody.
Yeah, the heavy weight of the Jet, just the history of it.
Yeah, and people say it's like, oh, they always come up with excuses. They're like, oh, it's not Aaron Glenn's fault they didn't make the playoffs the last 14 years and he's not responsible. I'm like, well, when you take this job, you are responsible for everything that came before. It's that's the way it goes. Like,
no, it's true.
But I never wanted it to begin with, so it's a little different for me. Like, I didn't want to hire him.
Right, so you can't say fire him because you didn't really even say hire him.
Yeah, I didn't want any of this, and none of it at all.
No, you needed, you you wanted to push through and just get a playoff berth and get that weight
Yeah,
off
and
before.
I always talk to people about, it's weird because you can have debates with people, and it depends your age too. Like my my arguments are going to be different than a guy who's 20 years old because he has patience. He's like, oh, I could wait, put off another year, and we'll see what this guy does. Where a guy like us, like we don't have too much time left to
No.
wait to pass off years. Like,
Yeah, no, we can't take too many more tear downs.
yeah.
We're sort of part of a tear down and a rebuild ourselves,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, we're
Cats
in the
get
phase of it's got to happen now.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna say that we're not buying green bananas. I'm trying to avoid saying that too much. Oh, the Jets, and then we look into, it's for the most part, it's a pretty moribund time in New York sports. The Rangers and Islanders. I mean, at best, you could say that they're in the mediocre category, and the Giants are terrible. The Yankees, the only way the Yankees have been better than the Mets this offseason is they haven't lost half of their team. But they haven't really added much.
Yeah,
So,
I don't.
yeah, we could be entering some dark times, I think.
The Yankees and the Mets are both a little frustrating to me. Like I don't
Yeah, you
see.
seem more frustrated with the Mets lately, and
Yeah, because I don't see like what's the plan, what's the vision here. Like I'm always like to me, people every season you should win the championship. Like that should be the goal. Whether it's real or not doesn't matter. You should always go into the season like we're gonna win it. Like that's
I could see the logic of let's not hand out exorbitant raises to people who aren't accomplishing the goal every year. So I could see changing the core and not rewarding 2, 3, 4 years to guys who didn't win and fell
yeah,
apart last year. So I don't know. I mean, I'm of the mind before we start criticizing the team, let's see them play a game or two, you know. Um, and who knows? I mean, I also think you got these two lefties on that might be on the market, Skeens and Schoolbull, and who knows? Maybe the Mets are making some room, and maybe they're going to be in play for one of those guys.
yeah.
So
You got to wait and see. But
yeah,
but I would say with the Mets and the Yankees too, to a degree. But the Mets were like 2 seasons ago now. We're that close to getting to the World Series. Like they weren't that far away from it. They had Soto, arguably one of the better players in the league, and now they've gone backwards. And now it feels like they're going a little more backwards, trying to. I don't know what they're doing. Like that's the
yeah,
problem. Like,
yep, yeah.
you know,
Yeah, no, I can't, I can't explain it. If they're getting younger and more athletic, though, I'll take it.
yeah, no, and they have great. They do have great young talent, not
They
just
do.
pitching, but
No,
yeah, like Jet Williams and the
and
outfielder. I forget his
Acuna,
name.
yeah, Acuna, and there's another infielder.
Yeah, so but that's banking a lot. I mean, you're putting a lot of
Sure.
pressure on young players
Yeah,
to carry a load there.
yeah,
But you do
yeah.
have to build from your farm. I mean, I agree with that. But but once you sign a guy like Soto to me for that ridiculous contract,
That's the thing. I don't mind the whole breaking thing down, but
right?
why did they sign Soto? That
I
I
think
don't.
that's my biggest thing. It's like the direction is a little odd to me. Like I
Yeah,
can't. I try to put it in my head. Like, what are they doing? Like I'm
yeah,
not visualizing.
yeah, yeah, and yeah. No, like I said, it's. I don't think it's the most optimistic time right now. I don't think we could expect much, maybe from the Knicks, but I can't even really seem to embrace that team. I feel as apathetic about the regular season now as the players do. So,
Yeah,
you
yeah. The
know,
regular season is complete garbage. Like,
I used to, even as recently as last year, I was into it, but this year I kind of don't even care. Just we'll see during the playoff time.
yeah, everybody wants the playoffs. Like that's it. Like no one
Yeah,
cares about the
yeah.
regular season.
If the players aren't into it, then I doubt I'm going to be.
Yeah,
So let's talk about these three movies that we're going to break down a little bit. When I say break them down, we're going to break them down pretty spitefully. So we got three movies that Ray and I have decided that, I mean, a lot of this came from an outrage, a place of outrage over, these movies. But Superman, the 2025, of course, the Spinal Tap sequel, and the Fantastic Four reboot. So we're going to talk about those three. So I viewed Superman a while ago, but I viewed Fantastic Four and um, Spinal Tap just over the last like 24 hours or so. So it's pretty fresh in my mind. So I don't know, Ray.
Yeah.
I don't know where you want to begin. I
You'll
could
have it.
begin.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
Sure.
For some reason, the dehumidifier came on. I don't know what.
It looked like you just fixed a decoration on the tree. It really did.
It was so loud. I'm like, why is this thing on? Even?
It looked exactly like you walked over to the Christmas tree and just fixed the decoration that was out of place. That was really cool. You'll see on the playback. So where do you want to start? I could start anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, Superman's the one I'm the furthest out from watching.
Yeah, so let's take care of Superman first, because I probably
let's get it out of the way.
I probably have the least to say about it because it was a while ago. We did plan on reviewing that one several weeks ago or more, and we just didn't get to it. So but yeah, so let's talk about that. So I just was watching, first of all, in preparation for this here, I was looking for some reviews. It's hard to find a negative review about Superman, but I thought it was absolutely terrible, you know. Um, so but I try to even do a search, and I found this one review that says how bad it was, but doesn't really go into specifics. But I could go into specifics if you want. But how did you feel about it? I mean, I thought it was really, really terrible.
I mean, up until another movie we're going to talk about, I thought it was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
So I talked about like movies get stars, 1, 2, 3, 4 stars, whatever. Instead of being like 0 stars, maybe we could give out gas, like something like that as a rating. So I mean, and then what I was thinking is the more gas you get, the worse the movie is.
Oh yeah, it has to be, yeah.
So 3 gases, 4 gases, even 5 gases.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That the increase in gas is the increase in how terrible the movie is.
Yeah.
But we're agreed on a rating system?
Yeah, I guess, and if it's a great movie that we both really like and there's no flaws that we see, then it's just no gas.
No gas, yeah. No, of course, we could go back to stars, we could just say, yeah. It's like the stars are on the positive end of the spectrum and the gas is on the negative, and then right in the middle is 0.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, so just to test out the rating system, how many gas would you give Superman? Would you give it 4 gas?
I mean, is 5 gas is the bottom end?
I think 5 gas would be the most.
Yeah, then it's 5 gas. I mean,
5 gas is so Superman gets the
easy. Most. 5 super gas. Yeah.
That's 2. That's 3.
I like this rating system.
Yeah. All right, so that's 5. So all right, so we're starting off giving a rating. I have some specific details to talk about, though, that I do remember, and I was watching some clips, just earlier to prepare for this. I even have some sound. Hold on. Like, the handling of Mr. Terrific, a lot of people were raving about it. Oh, they imagined him in some way the comic books never did. Yeah. I'll agree with that. Yeah. I've never imagined someone flying through the air in a reclining position, like they were sitting in a chair.
Yeah. Well, so I was going to say, it's funny. He did less flying than Lois Lane, though. I mean, she knew how to fly that thing better than he did.
Yeah, but I don't know exactly what they were trying to say, maybe about his personality or something. And but here,
he's a lounger.
Let's see if you remember this part.
Get back to your vehicle. Get out of here.
So they're at this weird camp where Superman was held prisoner.
Oh yeah, in the whatever zone he was in.
Yeah.
That's his path. DNA trail leads to that tent.
So Mr. Terrific is doing some kind of invisible Rubik's Cube stuff in his hands, tracking the DNA of Superman. Do you remember that at all?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Isn't that one of those Justice guys?
It's just the smart one.
Yeah, he's the smart one. If you remember, he's using all this technology. There were tents down the left. There were tents down the right. There were tents all in the back. And you know where Superman was? He was in a tent straight ahead. Like they just walked straight to it. You needed an invisible Rubik's Cube DNA thing to go to the first tent. They couldn't make them go like, oh, he's back here, and they go around to the left and back. And the very first tent that you would approach anyway, that's where he was. So
you're always going to check the first one. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess Mr. Terrific, he was the smart one. He had all this technology to tell him go to the first tent. Another thing, I have a real problem with the whole, I'm Superman and I care about people and the whole punk rock thing. So just listen to this.
Rock kid from Baker Line.
I'm going to add some things to the scene.
We're so different. I was just some punk rock kid from Baker Line, and you're Superman.
I'm punk rock.
You are not punk rock.
I like the Strangle Fellows and the PODs and the Mighty Crabjoys.
Those are pop radio, not punk rock. The Mighty Crabjoys suck.
Well, a lot of people love them.
Oh, that's in the water.
My point is everything and everyone. You trust everyone and think everyone you've ever met is like beautiful.
By the way, the way they portrayed, like the Lois Lane was just off. That's better dialogue.
Stepped all over his line. That's the real punk rock.
What did you mean when you said that you knew this would never work?
I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't work, Lois.
No.
You were right. Maybe you didn't know what you meant, but it didn't work. It didn't work. It was terrible. No, she was terrible. The movie was terrible. Lex Luthor was terrible. What was he crying the whole time?
Yeah, I like that. He felt like he has this whole horrible whatever plan he had.
Yeah.
So convoluted to begin with. Like.
Yeah, Metamorpho and his son and
I judge a lot of things. I watch a lot of these movies with the wife. She obviously knows who Superman is, and like Alex, like she knows that he's the good guy, he's the bad guy, Lois Lane, or any superhero movie. She knows who the characters are. Obviously, they're famous characters. They've been around forever. So I like to watch her reactions or her thoughts on things after we watch it or during. And to me, that's like the baseline judgment. Like, even though she knows who they are and is watching, she should be able to follow it. That to me is a successful story. She had no idea what was going on, or she was like, I just dumbfounded. Like,
unnecessarily convoluted and unnecessary emphasis on the dog.
Oh, I thought it was terrible, horrible, terrible.
But it saved them twice.
It was so unnecessary to why is he even there? Like, it's Superman. Why was anyone else there? Really, Superman should just be Superman.
Yeah. This is our rating. That's 3. And one more. 5 gas for
Easy.
Superman. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you could go higher than 5 gas. Can you really? That's a lot of gas.
No. And I think
5 has to be the highest.
And the next superhero movie we talk about will be also I'll throw that. It's already 5 gas.
So let's go right into Fantastic Four.
You know what? I would say Superman is so bad, but it's stupid bad. Like whatever. It's not even worth talking about. Go watch it. Have a good time.
I think okay, but I also think that there's, I think that there's a cruelty that that Superman's parents, they wanted him to dominate the human race and take all these wives and stuff. There's this falsely generated, conjured up cruelty, and I think that that's in common in Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
with the whole idea of, well, Galactus wants the baby, and she's not going to give up the baby, and all the people want her to give up the baby. It's just this unrealistic, kind of just ridiculous, kind of manufactured cruelty, and now everybody should be on the other side of it, I guess, or whatever. And it just, to me, it's something in common in the movie that just detaches it from any kind of decent storytelling. I don't know.
Yeah. Zero. It's just the bad. The whole plot of that is just stupid. Like there's just nowhere to go with a story with this type of thing.
Yeah, and Ray and I were talking about it. Invisible, which she was very visible. I mean, she was very prominent.
The visible woman.
The visible woman. I mean, her attitude, which is fine. She was a very assertive person. But she did an awful lot to jeopardize the health of that child before she started protecting it. Went into space. I don't know. Did the Thing decide ahead of time, I need to bring the specific, because he didn't just have scissors with him. He had
everything.
He had umbilical cord scissors. So I guess he thought, let me stick these in my pocket, or let me sterilize them or something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they thought it out. They're like, well, she's very close to pregnancy.
Giving birth. They gave a lot of thought of what to bring. Then no one gave thought of maybe she should stay home for this.
Yeah, because space could probably damage.
Altitude and all that kind of thing. But you know what? Hey, I mean, at least I don't know. I thought it was very uncomfortable. I know.
I mean, just going to space, even if there was no existential threat after that, is dangerous
going
enough.
To space with a pregnancy. Do you know how that affects?
Now we're going to fight Galactus on top of it.
We're going to fight Galactus. Yeah. Who has this if you ask me, a very creepy urge for this child.
Oh, the whole thing is creepy.
I'll trade you a planet for this child. I don't. I'm going to read just because I'm losing my words over this. This is from the Oracle. It's a review of Fantastic Four. Let's see what they say. They say, perhaps the most disappointing part of the Fantastic Four first steps is that it accomplishes something no superhero movie should. It is boring. While many scenes are certainly memorable with compelling character dynamics, I would argue against that, and acting and the dynamic between characters is compelling, there's simply not enough action and engaging scenes to make the film stand out. Many portions of the film consist of the characters discussing what to do about their world-destroying problem, which is fine the first few times, but not when it adds up to half the film. That is not to say the Fantastic Four is entirely without merit. The aesthetic for one is unique and visually appealing, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, they did spend a lot. Now, I thought they were going to teleport the planet somewhere else.
Yeah, well, that's a...
But did they do that? I don't think... I was watching it, but I don't think they ever did that, right?
Well, yeah. The plot, the plot to escape Galactus, so this made no sense. So they devised this
planet.
Yeah, they're gonna teleport the planet to another safer place or another dimension, whatever it was.
Very similar to ours, which doesn't exist. But go ahead.
Yeah, so they're gonna teleport. I just think they took on way too much.
But then, what did they do? Did they teleport Galactus? Is that what?
So what? Yeah. So what happens is everything gets.
I watched
Galactus destroys all the things, so they can't make the connections. So they have the second idea. It's like, oh, wait, we'll just use the small ones and we'll teleport Galactus. But I'm like, but that's the better plan to begin with.
Yeah. No, instead of moving the whole planet.
And even if you get rid of Galactus and you teleport him out, you still have this giant thing in front of Earth that's actually the thing that does the destruction, not Galactus. Like,
this thing made no freaking sense from the beginning to the end. It really didn't. Here's and everybody, like, you know, in a movie, there's usually one character who's like the comedy relief, but everybody was the comedy relief, right? Everyone was a comedian.
Yeah.
And the witty lines didn't make sense. Take this one, for example.
I take back every single bad thing I've been saying about you. To myself. In private.
It doesn't make sense. Like,
No.
It doesn't make sense. I've been saying bad things about you to myself in private.
Yeah, there's no reason to take that back.
It's the witty delivery and all that kind of stuff, but if you're paying attention, if you're listening, it doesn't make any freaking sense at all.
No.
It's not even, is it not funny? It doesn't make sense. Just like the whole rest of the movie.
It's terrible from the beginning.
So yeah, they were in the 60s, but it was the future. Is that where they were?
Yeah, like, see, so that guy says, like, you know, in his review, it's like, oh, the only thing that's good is the aesthetic, and it looks great, and the visuals, and I'm like, yeah, it's true. It does all those things that he's talking about.
But does that make sense?
But it's like having the best player in the league on the worst team in the league. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
yeah, it doesn't matter. But why was the past in the future? I don't even really get.
Yeah, so they made this awkward world, but where does this world sit? Like, I don't know. It doesn't. To me, it's more confusing.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, we have to evacuate. Let's go to Subterranea, which I didn't know there was a downstairs that everyone could go to. You know.
Yeah. So this is apparently this is a different Earth. Maybe, I don't know. Like,
so this Subterranea, you could just take a bus there.
Yeah, I guess
that's what they were doing. They were taking buses into a tunnel to go to Subterranea.
I don't know.
Do they think anyone's paying attention, or we didn't even. I was uncomfortable from the word go, just with. And listen, I know we're older. We come from different. Just with a lady peeing. That's how the movie starts, with a lady peeing. I know she's taking a pregnancy test. I get it, whatever.
No, that was awkward. And
I'm like, I don't want to start with urine.
Yeah.
You know,
I remember telling you, like, I said, not only was this movie bad, but it was awkward and creepy. Like, on top of it.
Awkward and creepy. I don't want to be involved in any married couples, you know, she's peeing and he's at the sink and they're talking about their pregnancy. I don't want to be privy to that. Like, I just don't want to know.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
This is the first scene of the movie. And also, I mean, another thing too we've been discussing is the fact that it appears that the thing grows a rock beard through the course of the movie. So, like, I mean, I know there's glaciers and there's forces of erosion over time. You know, rocks don't always stay the same and everything, but did he grow a beard?
He was growing a beard, and
that thing, which also kind of reminded me of Shrek a little bit, and also was disorienting because I don't know, am I watching a cartoon? Am I watching a pixelated movie?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Movie? But it made me miss this thing. They made me miss the thing from, the 80s. John Carpenter's The Thing. I didn't.
I mean, I'll say one thing. Like, it is very hard to do The Thing in live action. I mean, it's not.
Well, maybe that should tell you.
Yeah, it's been tried.
Maybe this is a movie that just maybe shouldn't be made.
Or just make it the Fantastic Three. Like,
they tried to turn them into the 5.
Yeah, you don't even have to worry about the thing. Just don't put them in it.
And all this time, and Alpha Flight gets no attention.
Yeah.
Alpha Flight not even mentioned anywhere. All these movies, they dig up all these characters, no Alpha Flight.
No, never. There's ever talked about.
And that was even before things got political between Canada and the United States.
It could be the next one. I mean, I don't know if we need a fantastic.
Like we're missing out on a gold mine here. It'd be better than Shrek. It was Shrek, and just the banter of what did that review I read just say it was compelling, the interaction between the characters?
No, it was
Compelling.
awful.
This was terrible. So, all right. So before we move on to Spinal Tap 2, I guess we have to give a rating, right?
Yeah.
So what's the rating for this one?
I mean, 5 is as low as we can go. I mean,
I guess
how about
so.
How about 5.5?
All right, let's see. So that's 2. That's 3. 4. That's 5. And then let's say this.
Yeah, it has to be a little. It's worse than Super. I mean,
All right.
I'm not proud to say that like that. It's
So that's 5 gas plus.
Yeah, a little
Just
extra.
Free. Yeah.
A little extra.
Yeah. All right.
They should have named that movie like Fantastic Four Afterbirth or something like that. Like,
or Fantastic 5 gas.
Yeah, it really was the 5.
Yeah.
I know we talked about.
Why are we starting with a baby? Why? Why are we starting with a baby? We don't even know the family yet.
They don't even. I mean, we discussed like the powers. Like they didn't even do that correctly. Like,
yeah, I didn't know Human Torch could absorb fire and put a fire out. Never saw that one before. It seemed like she weaponized her abilities to not just be a shield, but she could like shoot some kind of beams of energy, or
she was doing whatever she wanted.
Whatever she needed to do at the time. Yeah,
but not only that, like. The story of the Fantastic Four is how they got their powers. It just magnified their personalities.
Yeah.
So it just her powers make no sense because you're supposed to be shy and introverted.
Yeah, she's very assertive.
Yeah, it's the complete opposite.
Should have been the visible woman.
Yeah, she should have been like Nuclear Woman or something like that.
Yeah, or like Neon Woman or something, where she lights up even brighter than her personality.
Yeah, you can't even look at her. She's the sun.
You can't tolerate her being in the room.
They didn't even respect. Like they're so keen on that the female character has to be the lead and the greatest thing. That they just walked right past how she got her powers.
Yeah, right, exactly. Okay, so another reason that it just shouldn't have even happened.
Yeah, that's disappointing. Because I was always a Fantastic Four guy, but I tell you the other movies that all became that all came before it, all those other tries. Fantastic Four is almost like the Jets. It's like a constant rebuild going on.
Yeah, no, you're tearing it down before you even finish it. Like the Roger Corman movie was a tear down before it even.
That I could watch that as bad as that movie is.
Yeah,
there's a charm to it, and
there is.
And he was just making it. We all know the story of why he was making it. He still put care into it.
And to keep the rights or something, right?
Yeah. Like it was never going to be released. They just had to keep the rights and burn some money, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But he still put care into it. Like,
yeah.
It still mattered. Like he was too he was like, I got to at least make something good, like as bad as this is going to be.
Yeah.
And he tried.
The part with the thing goes to like a bar and stuff. And it's like,
but it's way better. I mean,
it's 100 times better.
And even like the other two efforts, whereas one is better than the other, but it's this is by far the worst. I mean,
no, it's and the last thing, hopefully, I was going to say about this is until he fights Galactus, Mr. Fantastic, like his abilities are basically limited to like I have to put this on the shelf over there, and his arm just stretches to put.
Yeah, he never.
But then, of course, he used it a lot fighting Galactus. So of course, But it was like before that, it was like it was just, he even told like Johnny to go throw the fuses or whatever. I was like, why doesn't he just do it? Like just reach, send your arm into the other room or whatever, just throw the fuse, But yeah, no, it was a real, it was definitely worth 5 gas plus.
I think like how many like the Invisible Woman. Before we leave it behind.
Because, no, it's okay. It could be once we leave this behind, I don't think we're ever going to return. So
I just want to like do like an awkward, creepy recap. Like we'll start with the
and then also the post-credit thing or whatever too.
Yeah, we'll get to that at the end.
Yeah.
So we'll start with and I guess every time I'll do a creep. We say a creep scene. Just I guess hit the gas once. We'll see how many gases we get. So. we'll talk about we're not talking about. We'll just name it the pee scene to start.
Yeah.
And then I guess the second creepy one would be like when she's laying. I guess she's pregnant already, obviously, and they're laying in bed, and he's like rubbing her stomach, like, and it's all sticking out, like, like the.
And when
there's nothing gross.
The
there's nothing gross about that, a pregnant woman, but it's just in a movie, like a superhero, like she's just laying on the bed and they're talking, and he's just like rubbing like her stomach. I'm just like, what are we doing here? Like,
I know. But then there was the part where you can see the child, like, right? Like,
then we get to then that's a creep later on
inside the womb. Yeah.
So then there's there's the creepiness, like he's testing the baby to see if there's any that has powers. Then then there's I guess the Silver Surfer like goes inside, almost like it's almost like through the vaginal area. With a hand and it's like touching the child. It's just really weird.
That was like an exam. It was like she gave an exam.
It was really like, what are we doing? Like, and then of course there's on the spaceship when she's giving birth. It's like she's like full spread them on the thing. I'm like, what are we watching here?
And I wouldn't, like, with the thing with his 3-fingered hand, I wouldn't pick him to be the guy to deliver the child and to, deftly, dexterously cut the umbilical cord
with the super strength. Like,
yeah. And he's handing the baby over. It's like, how could he not even cry? Yeah, it was a ill-conceived piece of poop.
Yeah. And they're all like watching it happen. Like,
it's
so weird.
No, it was really strange. Like, I don't know. If it was my sister giving birth, I wouldn't really want to be in the room. I mean, I've never had a sister, but
the whole movie was bad. And like, I forget who
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I forget who the.
I don't want to talk over you. I know what happened the last time. Yeah. So.
Well, you might get it anyway.
Yeah.
But I'll say whoever directed that movie, it's like, it's just like this something wrong with that person.
And then the creepiness at the end, right?
Yeah, we have to get to that. We hit the gas one more time. I'll let you go over that one.
Yeah, I mean, I really feel like there was this creepiness with Galactus craving the child so much. And then the last thing that you're left with is Dr. Doom and the child. Like, I don't know.
And not only like you could have made that scene simple. Like, she, nuclear woman could have walked in.
Yes. Yeah, neon lady.
And just saw Doom standing there, and the kid just kind of like looking up from
the child in the room, and it's a threat. But it was creepy. It was like
he's like kneeling down,
bowed down, and there was something. No, it was unsettling. You had said to me before I'd seen it, like, it's very uncomfortable, and now I see why.
Because, like, I don't want to say normal. Normal's a bad, word that sometimes, but like, I'll just say it anyway. Normal, like a normal. If me and you were writing this story, that's how we would think. Like, he would just be standing.
Like he's a menace. He's in the room with the child.
Yeah, and the kid's across the room, like frightened, like, and he's just standing there, and we don't know why he's there, but he's there.
Yeah, he's not in the room to seduce the child.
Yeah, we would never write, because that wouldn't cross my mind.
To say anyway, like,
that's what scares me about these people writing these movies. Like, that's their.
How did you even come up with that idea?
Yeah, it's like, that's not an idea I would come up with.
No, I mean, I even got to go beyond gas with that. Oh, so all right. So I guess if we could shift now, in my opinion, Spinal Tap gets slightly less gas than the other two movies. My expectations for it was so low that it was not as terrible as I thought it was going to be. I want to be careful when I say that. I'm not saying it was good by any stretch of the imagination.
Right. It wasn't as bad as you thought it would be.
It wasn't as terrible as I thought it would be. I thought it would be hideously unwatchable. I made my way through it. I never want to see it again. And it was bad. but it was. I would give it 4 gas. I don't know how you feel about that.
There's it's a weird movie because I told you, like my 3 gas.
You're not the first person, because I know what you're about to say, and the review that I have in front of me agrees with you. But you could go ahead and say it though.
Yeah, it's like I don't think it's gas. I mean, I'll probably just leave it at a 0. Almost,
okay. Like a midline.
I don't. It does deserve some gas, though. I got to give it 1 gas. It does deserve.
All right. So if I say 4, you say 1. We could meet like with 2+. Like we did fine. 5+ for Fantastic Four. We could do 2+.
Because I have to look at it objectively. I have my own opinions about it, but objectively, it is terrible. Like it's
right. See. Because I remember what you had to. Do you remember what you had to say about it? That it really shouldn't be like Spinal Tap 2.
Yeah, that was a mistake, right off the bat. Huge mistake. You set yourself up for failure, like just immediately, and it was unnecessary.
This review from RogerEbert.com, I think, agrees with you. It says again, it's important to know that this is less of a fully satisfying movie than an addendum or an extended piece of long-delayed bonus material. And I think that's what you are saying. That it should be treated more as that than like a second Spinal Tap.
100%, yeah.
There were 2 times that I laughed. One of them doesn't belong to this movie because it was a scene from the first one. It was when they were playing All the Way Home and they showed David smile at Nigel from the first movie. I laughed at that, but that's from the first movie.
Yeah. Now,
go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to build on that. That part you're talking about.
Sure.
It did actually lead to something that made me laugh.
Which is what?
Because then he has that stupid realization from that one little scene that he should be, he shouldn't be acting this way towards his friend. And and he runs back like right before the show. He's like, I forgive you for everything.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. Like that, just like I didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything. Like, okay.
Yeah, so I did laugh at that. I'll have to put that out there.
But so I laughed at the smile, and I laughed just at when they started doing drum auditions, and I think they were playing Tonight I'm Gonna Rock You Tonight, and there was just like 10 seconds of an old lady just auditioning and playing the drums. That made me laugh. Funny. Yeah, that made me. Those are the 2 times that I laughed.
But you know what's funny about that old lady? She's actually a very accomplished drummer.
Oh, she is.
Yeah, I just want to let you know, so you know, like who she like. You wouldn't know, but as a drummer, I know who she is. Like,
who is she?
She's on YouTube and she's phenomenal. She does like all these little lessons and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I had no idea.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah, it's an inside joke to inside. Like it's not even like no one's gonna know that. Like,
no, just I got a little clip from the movie here that I lifted. I don't even know if it's legal to do these things. I don't care. So this is, when we re-meet with Derek Smalls, and we find him. I don't know if he's just a clerk or he manages or runs a glue museum.
Oh yeah, the glue museum.
Yeah. In London, and became the curator and sole owner of a museum that featured glue from virtually every country in the world. Have you been playing music at all in the last?
Yes, I tried to organize a tour, and we had 2 symphony orchestras.
Hell to pay.
Hell to pay. Hell to pay. When it goes from Satan knows there's hell to pay.
How long have you been running this glue museum?
Glue had always been something that fascinated me. What keeps things together? Glue. What keeps people together? Glue. It's the adhesives of human behavior. I'm in a band that constantly is breaking apart and coming back together.
And you see yourself as
glue.
Glue.
I wonder.
Yeah, so I mean,
yeah. It just didn't it just wasn't as funny as I think they thought to themselves that it was.
Yeah. All right, so let's.
As they say, there's a fine line between stupid and clever.
They got. So we gave.
By the way, that was another awkward. We were doing the awkward meter.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
when they get the female drummer.
Yes.
And they're playing, and she's like, "Oh," and remember they made Derek Smalls, like, he goes up to the girl,
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, we play
should
together."
play. Yeah.
And I'm like, "Why are we doing this?" It's like he's like 80 and she's like 30.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How is this funny, and why does this even
No,
have to be here? Like,
it's just
it's just,
creepy. Yeah.
and then like they try to build on that because they have this big joke coming where
Right.
she looks up and her lesbian girlfriend walks, and I'm like,
Good.
this isn't funny or shocking anymore. This is
No,
just like
no, it's not.
normal. Like
Yeah.
to
It's not
them,
at
it's
all.
funny. They think it's funny because like they think
Yeah.
in their minds are like 30 years ago.
I've been in that position. I didn't find it funny at all.
Yeah, but in today's world, that's like in every show and every movie. There's the
Yeah.
lesbian couple. It's not
Yeah.
shocking comedy anymore.
No. But yeah, but
Actually,
like I've been in that position where I thought, oh, maybe this girl might be available, and I looked up and she was, busy with her girlfriend. I didn't find it comedic. I didn't find it comedic.
yeah, it was just like you made him look creepy to set up this joke that had
That
no
that
payoff
wasn't funny.
whatsoever.
Yeah, it might have been funny during the time of the first movie.
Right, yeah, it would have worked in Spinal Tap, but I don't know about here today. Like people just look
Yeah.
up, it's like, oh, all right.
Now, there's another aspect to talk about with this movie, of course, and that is Rob Reiner, right?
Right, yeah.
So that makes it difficult, of course, not seeing this movie at all until after his death. If he had died, he'd gotten sick, something, a car crash or something, that'd be shocking enough. Now, I know he's a polarizing figure, or he was a polarizing figure. I can honestly say I wouldn't be thrilled with him or anybody else if he was as vocal or as verbal about Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. I would say that's not necessary.
Right.
Whether it's Donald Trump or the other, it's just the public attacks of somebody are not necessary. But we put all that aside. Raymond and I mean, we can't. I'm not expecting perfection from other people because I can't deliver it myself. But Raymond and I, we grew up with Spinal Tap. I mean, like I think I said somewhere that it was like a third parent. It really was.
Yeah.
My mother and my father raised me, and the whole concept of Spinal Tap also raised me. We discovered this movie at a young age. We were 12, maybe, 13, and the humor behind it and the way of, looking at something that people are taking seriously and seeing the the inherent comedy, that's been part of our lives since then. So it's very difficult. It's also difficult to watch the movie knowing what transpired in Rob Reiner's home with his family that night. It's unbelievable. So
yeah, because of that incident, I really had no intentions of watching it until who knows when.
Yeah.
But we came home. It was literally, Christmas Day Eve.
Right.
So we just sat, it had to be like 10 o'clock, whatever it was. And we just happened to put the TV on and it was on. Like it had just maybe 5 minutes in, whatever it was, and so I was like, all right, like I'm here, I'm sitting.
Yeah.
And I put on, surprisingly, it didn't weird me out as much as I thought it would seeing him, but
Yeah.
it almost felt a little wrong watching it, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, and it's also hard because, I mean, I don't know how to say it, but at times, I've wanted to be a little bit critical too, and then you don't want to be but and his character Meathead, we grew up with that in our living rooms.
That was first.
Yeah, I mean, that was first, and we grew up with, the banter between he and Archie Bunker and the two, so that is a definite, that's a definite aspect of watching this that makes it a strange view. Now I still remember the first time I ever saw This Is Spinal Tap. I saw it on channel 13. PBS was sometimes it could actually be like a pot of gold. It really could. Yeah, you had the McNeil Lehrer report and things like that. But you also got This Is Spinal Tap on channel unedited.
Yeah.
On channel 13 with nobody. So I remember seeing that. In fact, I remember seeing the closing credits first and being like, what the hell is this? This guy's talking about working in a shoe store. and then seeing the whole movie and being like, this is fantastic. And we had just the television in the den, and just looking upstairs, towards the kitchen, like hopefully no one's coming down, because they're cursing every once in a while in this. And I'll have PBS also showed the Rolling Stones concert film Gimme Shelter, and you could see boobies in that movie on Channel 13. Free. Yeah. Someone in the crowd, a woman flashes, takes her shirt off or flashes, and you see free non-cable TV Channel 13 boobies shaking, right? Plain as day. So those are two movies that, they excited me when I was a child.
Yeah,
on Channel 13.
it's a good reason. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you're getting away with something. It's like, you're panning and panning for gold for months, and then you find like a couple little pieces, So yeah, so and then of course we had This Is Spinal Tap. We had recorded it over something on a VHS tape from HBO back then, and we played it through, over and over again. You kept making us rewind the Joe Mama Bessa part at the end to the point where the tape was thin, where the drummer explodes and Joe Mama Bessa shows up and plays his famous fill. Fred Asparagus, by the way.
Fred Asparagus, yes.
Yeah, who I guess didn't make his way into part 2.
I mean, and speaking of, and I like to call it Spinal Tap Revisited.
Sure,
part
yeah.
2.
Yeah.
So after watching it, and it was terrible, I'm not going to shy away from that. I thought about it a little bit, and I was like, not only is it bad, but more than bad, disappointed. Like, because and I would say disappointed because there were parts, especially when they were like, when it was just them and they were in the little studio playing.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is nice. Like this would have been perfect as a send off to these people. Like, cause they're all old. I mean, and that's another thing, the age jokes. It was just too, like, they just leaned on it too much. But but like, like they had a nice, I think if they would have went that route,
it always got sour when they were in the studio. It's like, oh, but instead of and
right, because they wanted to make this imaginary like rivalry or this tension between Nigel and David that was stupid to begin with the wife Janine. Like, it was just
they didn't even really they didn't. It was poorly thought out.
But that was just a creative thing, just to create, some imaginary, because they felt like they needed to have something there between them when they just didn't really have to.
No,
because it shouldn't have, because they in their minds they had to create this story for a sequel. Like,
what should have been there is whatever was there, because they were like real people already,
right?
You know what I mean? You didn't have to contrive something for real people.
Yeah. Unnecessary. You could have had them get together for a last concert just because they wanted to. Like, it didn't have to be some stupid like contract or
obligation.
Yeah.
Which you forgot about that anyway. It was flimsy.
Yeah, it was so stupid. And then those characters, like, it would have been nice because the only people watching this movie, you're not getting new people, right? So anyone who's watching this is either our age, or if they're younger, they just know the movie they watched it. And it's just they're fans of it. Like, you're not going to get new people from this movie. So you could have, when they had like little parts where, remember, they brought like Fran Drescher back, and Paul Schaefer. Like, that's the direction they should have went in. Just bring anyone that's still around willing to do it. Bring them back.
Yeah.
Don't bring in like the new people. Like, there's no these new characters were unnecessary. Like,
the manager guy. Like,
it was just stupid. It's just like it wasn't funny. Like, because they were trying too hard. Maybe I had like the little IHOP, whatever. Like, we didn't. It's just like they try too hard. Like,
and you know what that would have turned into? It wouldn't have been IHOP. It would have been iWhore, because it was International House of Rock. They didn't explore that, but no. I feel less. I feel like the legacy of Spinal Tap the first one is less damage than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. It was harmless. It wasn't.
Yeah, it didn't
It
hurt.
wasn't offensive or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
But it just, to me, it didn't accomplish anything.
No,
is I guess where I'm at with it. Like, it's just that's the disappointment, because you really could have had a nice. It didn't even need to be funny. It could have just been a nice send off. Like,
yeah, it could have. Yep.
Like and then like the whole Elton John thing. I'm like, what is he doing here? Like, what are we?
No, I know. Like I said, there were elements of, CBS's, 40th anniversary Spinal Tap Gala special.
Yeah, it was bad.
With Elton John and Paul McCartney.
Yeah, and like the McCartney thing, at least they kept it simpler, and that was kind of funny in a way. Like, they were like, "No, we don't like what he has to offer." Like that was like a good idea. Like,
I like my part. Like,
but like we're actually laughing about it. Like, so that was good.
Yeah.
And I didn't really want to see anyone in it, but that at least they made. But the Elton John thing, I was like, "What? This was just."
Yeah. No,
It was awful.
No.
How'd you like the ending with him? Did you care for the? Did you laugh at the falling of Stonehenge?
No. I told you I laughed 2 times with the lady playing the drums and with the flashback scene. That was it. That was only 2 times that I laughed actually out loud.
And I was trying to, like, say to myself, I'm like, why did they go with an ending like this? Because in Spinal, in the original movie, they go through like almost like a hero's journey, and they win in the end.
Yeah.
It's like, why did you end it like this for?
I think we're in the age of just broken dreams, and Superman gets beaten up and saved by his dog, and Fantastic Four, they're at the mercy of a child, an infant, and we're just at the age of weakness and broken dreams and everything now.
Yeah.
And it's being reflected in our culture, I think.
And
the
Superman, it wasn't even his dog. It belonged to Supergirl, and
that's true. Yeah.
And now that's the next movie coming out, like that character.
Of course, of course. No, I'm not. Yeah, that's good. I'm sure we'll have something to say about that.
I watched the of course I had to watch the trailer for it. So she's not even like on Earth. She's like in some other world somewhere, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Something. But I'm like, I just was saying to myself, it's like, that's not how the Superman power works. Like, he's useless in other worlds.
True.
Like, it's like he might not have any power at all.
Maybe they have a son just like ours.
Maybe
they teleported maybe it's subterranean.
Yeah, like the Superman powers, they don't have them on their home. In Krypton, they did not have these powers
because of the atmosphere and whatever. Yeah.
Like, if he's outside of Earth, he's or outside of our universe, he's useless. Like,
he's like us.
Like, they don't even I feel like they just don't do any work, homework.
Or even if they do, I almost think it's like an intentional turning the tables over and let's just upset the apple cart, and just for the hell of it, let's just ruin the traditions,
Yeah, it's partially. Yeah. Because it doesn't seem like they're trying to like
preserve
do it any justice. Yeah.
No.
Or honor it or respect it or anything. Like,
no, not at all. Yeah, I mean, if anything, if there's any kind of story of victory or triumph, it's the fact that we sit through these movies and then come on here to talk about it. It shows our dedication. It shows how much we care about LINL Radio and LINL the podcast. And then, another thing I wanted to say, I think about, just connecting back to Rob Reiner a little bit is, I have this screenplay. We've created this idea of Black Castle, who are a local band, and we've taken all the concepts of Spinal Tap and just brought them home to a local band. That they're a local band who there's something endearing about them, but they write stupid freaking songs because there's something missing too, talent wise, or even their worldview is wrong, and we see a lot of that. So got to give credit to where credit is due, that Rob Reiner like influenced my writing, and now I'm sitting here waiting for the copyright to come so I could try to market this thing. I've actually recorded songs. I've written and recorded songs that are attributed to Black Castle. So it's that view of satire and the mockumentary, the idea of the mockumentary has really, really influenced me. So there's no doubt about it.
The mockumentary is the best. And for us, it's even what's better about the mockumentary is that we've actually, we've lived a lot of these.
Like Ray and I, if anybody is still even paying attention to this, Ray and I are in an original band together and have been playing together for years now. So we witness things, as we're part of the scene, and we just, our eyes meet and we say, that's more material right there. I mean, we're already planning the sequel because we've seen so many things that are worthy of satire. Worthy of being made fun of. And we don't spare ourselves either. I don't spare myself.
Anything that's involved, whether it's us or someone else.
Yeah. I mean, I'm part of it. I'm certainly part of it. So, well, with that, I think it's going to be about time to sign off. Ray, I'd ask you if you would hang out a little bit, just after I sign off with anyone who's viewing this on YouTube or on the LINLradio.com website. If you're listening to the audio of this on LINLradio.com, just keep in mind that LINL Radio is 24/7. You get your talk shows like this, interviews and podcasts on late Saturday morning, early Saturday afternoon, and the same thing on Sunday. So stick around, of course, though, because it's 24/7 music programming and music content. So once again, Raymond, I appreciate you co-hosting the show with me. The tree is lovely, by the way. Do you have any plans to take it down anytime soon?
I mean, there's always plans.
Yeah, I know that was great. No, there's just the computer magic, to quote, it's just great. You went back to adjust the dehumidifier, and it really, I hope that you'll look at the video and just see, it looked like you went and fixed an ornament on the tree. It was like you were sitting there and you got agitated because something was out of place on the tree, and you got up and like adjusted the ornament and came back. Like,
see, had I known it would look like that, I would have went with it. Like, I'm like, oh, something's wrong with the tree.
Like, one of these lights was loose or something. Anyway, there's the music, Ray.
What do you think the next movie can be for the next Spider? I don't even have anything left.
I don't know. I mean, we may have to turn our spiteful eye somewhere else than at movies, I don't know. Maybe we'll just take Ken apart. Maybe we'll just go over Ken's entire personality and his history and just rip him apart spitefully, for not being here. The tight cast. That's great. Yeah. Long Island tight night. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to turn our spiteful eye towards something. We're running out of football too. There's only one more week. All right, this is a good band. I like our house band.
Not terrible.
No, the bass player is good. All right, everyone. Good night.